It's a sad sign of the times, and it gives an indication on just how hard it is for the people over here because of everything that's happened over the last couple of years. What was once a thriving recycling facility behind me has unfortunately been forced to shut down, just as the planes are landing and all that sort of stuff. But the reality of it is, it's not worth keeping it open. And now, once upon a time, there was probably 20 people standing here working, sorting out the plastics and separating out the glass and the different types of plastic so they could send back to recycle. But I think around the world, people are looking at different ways of managing and sustaining. And even though some of the poorest of the poor people living here in Bali make a living by bringing plastics in to be recycled for 20 cents a kilo or something crazy, it's still not economical for the factories to stay open in many cases. And unfortunately, this factory is one of the ones that's had to close. So today, with the workers that are left, we've come down with some buckle. We've come down with some aroha, some love from people like Shane and other mates of mine in New Zealand, Australia, and around the world. And I can't thank you enough. Coffee and some powder, salt. These people have no prospects of what's going to happen from here on. They've basically been out of work for ages now, hoping that the economy's going to kick back in a gear, that people are going to start coming back. But the problem is, it's not just the planes have actually started landing this week and last week. They've started to arrive, but the people who fed those industries, the people who bought the products and who sold the products, have now got no money to resupply their shops. They've had to give up their shops. So there's massive amounts of empty buildings, there's massive amounts of empty shops, and now there's massive amounts of empty factories. So it's just devastating. It's so sad, and it's heartbreaking. I've got to say, this isn't easy. The hardest thing, if I can explain it, the best I can do is a couple of bags of rice or some noodles or a bit of food or something that'll keep them going for a week or two or three or whatever. But sometimes you've got to draw the line. Sometimes you've got to say, I can't do any more. I'm only one man, and I'm one man with a heap of friends, and I couldn't have done any of this without you guys. But it is heartbreaking to be able to look someone in the eye and say, I'm sorry, but that's all I've got. And for every dollar that's been donated by everyone around the world, I've put in at least one or two of my own, and that's why we've been able to feed over 2,000 people. That's why we've been able to help so many people in such a horrible and desperate situation. But it's a really sad day today to be here, at least on their final day, as they're just emptying out the last remains of the factory and trying to, I guess, pull whatever shards of their life they can together. We can give them something to take home that's going to feed them and their family for at least another couple of weeks. So it's a heavy heart, I say this, but thank you. Thanks for helping. See you later.